Welcome to the Evette Set for personal growth, straight talk topics. Working on yourself for yourself feels good, doesn't it? Desiring with purpose, then figuring out how and holding yourself accountable for making it happen. Let's dig in and nourish our growth roots. Episode 2, Taking Advantage of What You Can Control. To figure out how, it helps to identify the many things you are able to control. It's all about perspective and awareness, like buying into the belief that most of our problems, situations, and blockers can be traced back to our own individual actions or non-actions. We don't play the victim. We take ownership. And some of us know that taking advantage of what you can control is how you complete things, those to-do lists, your goals, visions, and dreams. I believe that taking advantage of what you can control is the heartbeat of personal growth, because whatever you want and don't want for yourself, you can choose to make it a reality, and you control all of your actions and non-actions. First, let's get a few things that we cannot control out of the way. We cannot control the weather, time, the past, and other people. The past, can't change it. We did not choose to be born, or the parents and family that we inherited, nor the environment we grew up in. We don't control anything that has already occurred. You know we can't control other people, including people in our families, our relationship circles, people in organizations like at jobs and the government. You can only control yourself. Sure, manipulation and passive aggressiveness or forcing things to happen might work for a short time. However, people eventually catch on, and then what? Problems and situations usually follow. Now, what we can control is so exciting. Like I alluded to earlier, overall, you control every single thing that you say and do, and your non-actions. It's all on you. All of us are privileged that way. In that same vein, each of us is privileged with our own responses and choices. Here are some examples. For responses, you control what, reasons, and how. You control what your responses will be. You control the real reasons for your responses: to be helpful, express gratitude, or to share your true feelings, or perhaps to resolve conflict. You control when you respond: immediately while accepting what happens next, quickly without thinking, and without considering what might follow, especially if your emotions are high, you're hurt, angry, or upset. Or your responses could come after you've had time to digest and process information, or never, with a golden response: silence. Walk away and let it go, because everything does not require a response. You control how you respond, accepting the consequences: verbally, non-verbally, body language, facial expressions, respectfully or rudely, honestly, or with lies. Preparation is also a way to respond. That's how we respond to the unknown and things we do not control, like the weather and tragic events. While you don't control your past, you do control your responses to your past, like with forgiveness, professional help, letting it go, or focusing on the present and moving forward, or mindfulness when addressing sensitive topics like at family gatherings, especially around the holidays. For choices, there are so many. I'll do an episode just on choices. For now, here are a few to get your mind churning. You choose your mindset. Your mindset might be accountability, like taking responsibility and ownership of your actions, responses, and consequences, or following through on your commitments. You could have a mindset of discipline. Your self-control overrides those bad habits. Faith is another mindset, such as to stay grounded in love, doing the right thing, or believing that what is for you is for you. It might not happen when you want it to happen, but it will happen when it is supposed to happen, and no human being can prevent whatever is meant for you. Your mindset might be purpose, doing and living with clear intent. You choose to learn from your mistakes, failures, and poor choices so that you do not repeat them again and again. The beauty of not being able to control your past is that you choose what you become and make of your existence. You choose to be wise, whether it is increasing your knowledge or contrast learning, like gaining wisdom from other people's mistakes, poor choices, and failures. You choose to respond with emotional intelligence, like calming down before you respond or empathizing with other people. None of us is perfect. All of us, every single person is flawed. You choose to embrace or address your flaws, opportunities for growth, and emotional scars. You can't control other people, yet the wonderful thing is that you can choose how you deal with people and when you interact with them, or whether you choose to engage with certain individuals at all. We don't control time. However, you choose what you do with your 24 hours each day to yield your expected outcomes. No one is impervious to problems, yet we do not have to create problems for ourselves. Not creating problems for yourself, you control that. Think about problems you might be facing. Then admit your contributions that caused those problems. Eventually, we choose to stop creating problems for ourselves, such as making wise decisions, being honest, and standing on the truth, or not ignoring red flags that give us a headache. You know, that person is not marriage material, yet you choose to stay or procreate with that person anyway. Or you allowed that person to take your power. Or you know you have a bad boss, yet you are not finding a more suitable role with a better boss. To not create problems for ourselves, we also lean into prevention, like by being proactive instead of reactive. And we embody preparation, such as staying prepared as much as possible for the worst case scenarios, like devising a disaster recovery strategy for things that are beyond our control, inclement weather, a loss, emergencies. Or we stop violating laws, rules, boundaries, and trust, such as in relationships. So if taking advantage of what you can control is a specific or deep focused growth goal, how will you take advantage of what you are able to control? If you have mastered this, how has taking advantage of what you can control benefited you so far? Well, our time box is up, doing a soft close here. Thanks for hanging out, PG fam, and stay passionate about your personal growth. Proud plug for my products. Context for taking advantage of what you can control can be found throughout each of my 5 straight talk self-refinement books that are also laced with a colorful fictional storyline. It's pretty cool. And you can read the first few pages for free. Links to my site and ebooks can be found in the description. Signing off. Until next time, feel good about yourself for yourself. Stay blessed, PG fam.